Well, hello there, and you join me here for my TSMC top 5 of 2015. That's right, he said he wanted to know what everyone else liked. This is my top 5 of what he built in 2015. So, at number 5, I choose pixel art. And it is something that I've not actually built on here yet, but I will be building on here, and that's a Grumpy Cat. I'll give you a quick flash up of the picture now. Ding! Stolen from his channel. I'm sure he won't mind. And that's it, yeah. I do need to build it. It's just an epic pixel art, and I just really like that one. And that's why it needs to be built in here somewhere. So, that's number 5. In at number 4, I have gone for something similar to him. He put this in his top 5, and I agree, it should definitely be in the top 5. Simply because, as he said on his version of his top 5, it's just so iconically recognisable. And that is the McDonald's. Because you look at KFC, now I don't know about you Americans, but our KFCs in the UK do not look like yours. Yours will flash and they put the money in for the canopies. Ours are normally in a standard shop front with a red sign that says KFC, picture of the Colonel, and that's it. That's all you ever get around here. I'll show you a picture of a British KFC pop up now. See? Not so recognisable. Whereas McDonald's, I think the golden arches just make it instantly recognisable. So that's why that comes in. Number 4. So, number 3. Well, number 3, statue has to get into my top 3. So we're going to go for, well, this is a hard one though, because he's built a couple of real nice statues. He chose this one, but the other way round. Nice statue, very nice statue. Steve on a pig, that's another nice statue. I think I'll go for this, the spider jockey. I think that's my personal favourite because I don't know really, just something about it. The skeleton being the jockey just seems a bit better than the little zombie jockeys. Don't get me wrong. This jockey is an amazing statue as well. But I say I just prefer skeletons as jockeys. Hence why I built a Steve jockey. Which I think is pretty funny. But anyway. What should we do now? At number 2, which direction is it? Number 2 is this way. Now, these are from the earlier part of the year. And it is here somewhere. The chum bucket. Again, I don't know what it is about that one. Very simple. I know he took a lot of time. I think that might be why I like it so much, is I know how much effort he put into that to get it to look nice. And obviously being a builder, I know how much effort it is to get something to look right. So I think that might be why I like that one so much, because of the amount of effort that was put into it, and the fact it matches with that little statue, just finishes it off really. So, and finally, in at my number 1 spot, or shall I do what he did? Yeah, I'll do what he did. Honourable mention, and the one that I will not be building, because I really don't fancy placing tons and tons of glass, is Sandy's dome. Honourable mention because, oh my, rather you than me. Most definitely not something I will be planning on building. That's my version of the dome. That's as good as you're going to get. I am going to build the big tree though, because the tree looks pretty cool. So I'm going to stack the tree here somewhere. That's what that little red block is. It says Sandy's tree on it. So yeah, I was thinking about putting just the tree here, but that big glass dome, that ain't happening. Far too much time. Most annoying build, that's another one he done, and I think he said the same. The beacon. I'll fly to my beacon, and as you can see, when it loads in, a level 4 beacon, highly not advisable. Takes a couple of hours, seriously. Takes you an hour just to build the frame, and then about an hour to just fill it in, dosing yourself full of swiftness, just block after block. And yeah, I did all that in one. Big mistake. If you are going to build it, do it row by row. It won't seem so bad. But that's it. I think we've got the number 1 to go and look at. My personal favourite house that he's built in 2015. So you got the large portal that he done as well. That's another honourable mention, really, because he showed you how to build one, and then if you want to make the full portal, then it's up to you. The one thing I wouldn't mind him doing is building one with the Eye of Ender in, so that I could put a couple of Eye of Enders round. But I've tried doing it myself, and it's quite difficult to get that Eye of Ender to look right sat in the portal. So I don't know how we'd do it, but that would be something that I'd like to see. Anything else worth mentioning apart from my ugly tower and my dragon? No, I think that's it. Yeah, so really I should have done this video in an announcer's voice, shouldn't I? I'm coming in at the number 1 spot of this amazing build. What is it? Tutorialist. Yeah, he calls himself a tutorialist. My personal favourite of 2015 from this epic tutorialist. And I'll show you this bridge quickly. This is how the bridge was built. Looks amazing. But when they do the bug fix, I can see them joining back together and looking horrible again. So take a good look at that bridge now, because that's how it was built. An update came out, all the fences connected together, looked awful. TU31 come out, and for some reason they've split apart again. Now I'm hoping it stays like that, and I hope that the nether brick fence doesn't connect back to the wood fences, because that's just really good, the fact that you can fit through and mobs can't, and we used to have loads of fun with that. But yeah, anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. And in the number 1 spot of TSMC builds 2K15, Suzuki Rad's personal favourite house build is, and only because it's totally random, this one, upside down house. It is just brilliant. It's amazing when you go on someone else's survival world and you build this, and it's just funny. You build it, you stick a piece of mud or dirt on the bottom, and then what I like to do is, build like an, when people have floating islands, I kind of build the floating island upside down there, so it looks like the floating island's tipped upside down. And I build that on other people's survival worlds, and I build it so it's like literally like 1 or 2 blocks clear of the floor, and have it just floating on what looks like an upturned island, and it looks pretty good in other people's worlds. Quite funny when they're building all these nice houses. It's like, I went to my mate's world a few months back, and he's built a lot of these wooden houses, and I actually was the one that told him where to look to find, because he wanted this style, like the Tudor sort of looking house, with all the beams. He wanted this style, so he built lots of these. And then I turn up on his world and threw an upside down house in the middle of his world, and he thought it was pretty funny. He saw the funny side, because he had all his houses around the bottom, and then my house was just above, floating upside down, and he said that's brilliant. And he started doing it as well now, so if he goes on other people's maps, he builds upside down houses on their maps, And he's done the same as me, where he's found an overhang on someone else's map, and he's painstakingly built scaffolding all the way from the bottom. It's like really high, it's like way up there, and he's built scaffolding all the way up, built the house in survival upside down, and then took all the mud scaffolding away, and done what I did here, where you can access it from dropping down onto it. Because here, if you drop down on this corner, you can actually access the house, and he's done that as well, but it's way at the top, so you have to go all the way up the mountain to get into the house, but it just looks good at the top of a mountain hanging off the edge. So yes, that is my personal top 5. I'm going to stand here in front of the upside down house because it does just look good. So my personal top 5, let me know what you think is his top 5, and that's about it really. That's all we can say. So I wish I did do a big proper announcer's voice and messing around, but too late now. I'm just going to say bye and throw this video onto YouTube. Bye.